Greetings and salutations! It is I, Professor Macabro, accompanied here, like always, by the ever-lovely Zombie Huesitos, and we're here to wish you a happy 2025. Yes, indeed. Can you believe we've reached 2025? Look, seems like back in the olden days, these years would be the future years of Back to the Future and Soylent Green and shit. But we survived, and oh boy, 2020, we survived that shit. Lockdown, coming back and having to deal with people again. It's been one crazy trip, and 2024 has been no exception. We've gone through some losses, unfortunately. We've gained some stuff. It's been a trip. But I wanted to, first of all, wish you all, again, a very happy 2025. I truly wish that 2025 brings you health, wealth, booze, the wacky tobacco if that's what you partake, good laughs with your friends or family, and many more happy times, indeed. And I also wanted to talk about the year that got left behind, 2024. Yes, indeed, it was a good year for horror. Very good year. Solid year. A lot of really cool stuff happened in horror indeed. A lot of really, really good movies that I unfortunately missed out on. I did miss out on a lot of movies in the movie theater. Because of life shit, I was only able to go to the theater for the big movies that I wanted to see. And a lot of them did unfortunately get left out, but I was able to see, not all of them, but a few of the movies that came out, either on the theater or when they inevitably reached streaming. And I wanted to talk about the ones that I saw that I really enjoyed. Let me tell you, there's a lot of movies every year. It seems like a race to see who pumps out more movies, and I'm all for that. Because I like coming up and going and seeing new movies, even though it is kind of overwhelming sometimes when you just don't have enough free time to watch a movie. It's very frustrating indeed. But whenever you do get a chance to see a movie, good times. And of the movies that came out and I saw, and I had to research because it's well known that Professor Macabro's memory is dog shit. I can't even remember what I did yesterday most of the time. But I had to Google, Uncle Google and Wikipedia, which is, of course, the most reliable source of information on the internet. I was able to see what movies got released and what I saw. I did see a lot of movies from previous years, movies that I own on DVD or bought on DVD or Blu-ray or that are uploaded on streaming from years past, but of 2024, what was released on 2024, this is what I saw. And the first one that got released on the year was Lisa Frankenstein. This is a movie that I really wanted to see because I have a crush on Catherine Newton. She's very, very cute. I really like her. And I saw her in this, goth dress kind of get-up. And she was with a zombie, all in for it. But unfortunately, I could not escape life stuff to actually go see it in theater, but it released eventually on streaming and I popped it in, and it's such a good movie. I really, really like Catherine Newton's performance in this. She's very weird and quirky in it, and it's a story about this guy she's a goth chick that visits graves, and she's with this guy, she's at this tomb of this guy, and then lightning strikes the tomb, and he comes back to life. And then she puts him in this tanning booth that charges him up and brings him a little bit more alive. And she gets body parts to tie up. Really good, really good. Kind of like a romantic horror comedy movie that I dug a lot. I really liked Lisa Frankenstein. And unfortunately it bombed in the theaters, but through streaming it did get a little bit more of a following, which I'm all for. Then I saw, and I'm only mentioning the movies I saw, because there's not enough to actually talk about. But I did see Kung Fu Panda with the Gremlins, and I like Kung Fu Panda. It's a panda bear that does kung fu. Animation is really good, really, really good. The animation, I'm a big fan of animation, even Back when I was a kid and I would watch Saturday morning cartoons with my big ass bowl of cereal. Yes, indeed, big fan of animation, and Kung Fu Panda is really pretty. In this one, it's still good. I would still recommend it, but it didn't feel very Kung Fu Panda-y. It does follow the story, it does have a character development, but, I don't know, this one, even though it brought back a lot of the villains, no voices, because the voices would be expensive. I still like Kung Fu Panda, but it's not, Kung Fu Panda 4, but it's not my favorite in the series. Then we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, the sequel to Afterlife. And I really dug this one. I really dug it. I wish the climax would have been a little bit better. It felt too small and self-contained and everything. But it was nice seeing the Ghostbusters continue, and it was nice seeing all the old Ghostbusters come back. And I like it. Is it the best Ghostbuster movie? No, but it was still pretty solid, pretty good. I just wish the ending would have been a little bit more grandiose, if you will. Then I saw Late Night with the Devil. Again, wish I would have seen this in the theater, but I only caught it once it hit streaming. I actually saw it on Netflix when it hit streaming. And it was really good. I really wish I would have seen this in the theater. It did come out in 2023 in the festivals, you see, but it didn't get a worldwide release, as far as I was able to research, until 2024. So while it did get an early release in 23, this counts as a 2024 movie because it got released worldwide on 2024. And Late Night with the Devil was so much fun. I really, really like the main actor. He's usually that guy actor in a lot of movies, but he's been coming into his own, and he's really, really solid. I like how the whole thing went out, and I really like how everything went batshit crazy at the end with the demon with the splitting headache. Really, really good movie. I need to get that on my collection. The next one that I saw was Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, and Godzilla -1 that came a year before is a better movie. It's a more grandiose, more character-driven movie, but Godzilla x Kong is just so much fun. Just seeing a bunch of giant monsters beat the shit out of each other, whipping out wrestling moves. Indeed, they whip out wrestling moves. The only negative I would say about Godzilla x Kong is because in the last one, they had Mechagodzilla being controlled by King Ghidorah, and he was whooping ass and taking names, so that was freaking awesome. A giant Mechagodzilla, so cool as a villain. And in this one, we kind of got a downgrade because it was just a scrawny little monkey that had a badass dinosaur as a pet. Not as grandiose as a villain, but it was still pretty good. It was more of a Kong story in this one. Whereas the other one was a Godzilla-driven one, this was more of a Kong story, so it made sense that they gave him the villain to fight. But really good movie, I dug it. Next one is Abigail, which unfortunately, if you saw my review, the trailer ruins all the surprises in this. But it's another movie starring Catherine Newton, and I was gonna see it as soon as I had a chance, and I did see it, and I liked it. Really good. Kind of very similar, like I mentioned in my review, From Dusk Till Dawn. It starts as a human situation with human characters interacting, and they're not good people. They're pretty bad people. And they do this heist, and then bam, vampire. And, spoiler alert, Abigail, which is the little valet girl, is the titular Abigail, vampire daughter of Dracula. And I like this movie. Good characters. Again, my crush for Catherine Newton notwithstanding. Good characters, nice character development, character interaction, nice surprises here and there. Good stuff. Really liked Abigail. A lot of fun. Then the other one is one that went completely under the radar. I didn't know about it until Newt Wallen from Schlockenoff Films did a review of it. And then when it came to streaming, I saw it and I was like, holy shit, this movie is fucking amazing. Why don't more people talk about it? And it's a movie called Boy Kills World. Maybe the title might have something to do with that, how it didn't really fly. Because it's, I never saw it, but I know of a series called Boy Meets World, so maybe that's why people were thrown off. with one of the Skarsgård, the one that plays Pennywise. And it's a really cool movie. It's about this kid that is mute, got his tongue cut off, and is trained by this really psycho crazy teacher to seek revenge. And then there's a plot twist that you're like, holy shit! But because the kid that now a grown up can't talk, he has this internal monologue voice that sounds like fight, that presented from a video game. Fucking amazing fight choreography. The fight scenes in this are freaking amazing. I love this movie. Definitely need to get a copy of Boy Kills World to the collection, because that's a movie that does require more eye scene on it, because it's really cool. I'm really upset that this bombed at the box office. Something totally different. A lot of people complain about too many superhero movies, or too many sequels, or prequels, or remakes. But when something original comes along, nobody watches it. And it got terrible publicity because I didn't know about it until I saw Newt's review. But Boy Kills World is a lot of fun. Highly recommend you give it a watch. The next one I saw with the Gremlins was Inside Out 2. And this one, I didn't like it as much as the first one. I thought the first one was a lot more original, more thought-driven. It encompasses a lot of people, like what parents think, what children think, what people on the street think. I really dug that. And in the second one, I can understand why they focus more on the main character girl as she's going through puberty. My eldest gremlin identified a lot with this, so she really liked it. But for me, the first one is the superior one. The next one that came out that I saw on the theaters is one that I was really, really super hyped to see. Was really looking forward to this one because Wolverine is my #1 favorite Marvel character. And Doctor Strange is #2. And that's Deadpool and Wolverine. And I didn't think they were able to do something like this since Disney bought Marvel. And they threw a lot of jabs at Disney, which I really liked. It's not the Logan that we followed through all of the X-Men ones. It's a variant that did some really dark shit, apparently. But I liked it. I really, really liked this movie. I liked this movie way more than I thought I would. Seeing Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman play Deadpool and Wolverine and having this really cool interaction. And they brought back a wave of nostalgia for the Fox Marvel movies. I know a lot of them, they weren't that good. I understand that. But when Blade popped out, I marked and squee when I saw Blade, because he's the reason why there's even a Marvel Universe now. If Blade hadn't been successful, they would have released X-Men and then Spider-Man and so on and so on. So a lot of that is thanks to Blade. So I really liked seeing him, and then Elektra Natchios, which is one of my other favorite Marvel characters. Yeah, just a really, really good movie. Worked. Does the plot make sense? Well, no, but you don't go into this kind of movie looking for the deep plot. There is character development, which I like, but if you're looking for high class A24 shit, you're not gonna get it from here. This is just really good movie, real good story making, and it just gave the people what they wanted, so I like that. The next one is Terrifier 3, and I was also super hyped about this one. My friends in North America got this movie a lot earlier in October, but here in Mexico and the rest of South America, we only got until Halloween, and what a Halloween gift this was. Oh, I was super hyped up for it, and it exceeded all my expectations, and I was just, again, squee when I saw all the carnage that was happening on screen. So much so that, much like with Deadpool and Wolverine, I saw it twice. Once as a birthday gift, and I was talking to some family members that were curious, and I was like, well, let's go, and I saw that movie twice. So yes, indeed, I wanted to really, really support Terrifier 3, so it was a success, and it was. And we would eventually get the Terrifier 4, which looks we are gonna get. But really like that movie, over the top, gory goodness that I'm all for, and so good movie, good movie. The next one that I saw is, I saw both of these, not when they came out in streaming, because I think they're only, well, one of them came in the theaters and was in and out in a week, because it didn't do that well, and the other one is only a streaming exclusive, and it's Red One, with The Rock and Chris Evans, and it's a Santa Claus movie. It was really good. It was really good. I liked it. It had some good action sequence. I know The Rock isn't very popular because he just like plows through everything he's in because he can't lose. Heaven forbid that The Rock gets punched too much. I think his ego is a little bit out of hand in his movies. But it's a good, fun action Christmas movie. I liked it. And Carry On is a nice suspense thriller with Jason Bateman playing a really cool, dark character. Nice villain. He was the standout of this for me. But this is a movie that reminded me a lot of Phone Booth. You remember Phone Booth with Colin Farrell stuck in a phone booth? And Keith Sutherland is just a disembodied voice that's a sniper. That reminded me a lot of this in Carry On. Just a guy stuck in a situation that he's not prepared for, and he has to use his wits to survive this really, really top-notch, killer, elite bad guy. It was fun. It wasn't anything super memorable, but I liked it. And the last one that I saw with the Gremlins was Moana 2. And yes, I saw that because my eldest gremlin really likes Moana. And I like Moana. The first one's pretty cool. This one, it was supposed to be a TV series, but they scrapped that and they just made this movie. And you can feel it was supposed to be a TV series because of the flow of it. But it's not bad, but it wasn't good. I still like the first one, much like in the case of Inside Out 2. But yes, these were the movies of 2024 that I saw. And I'm sorry for adding some kids' movies. But again, I like animation, so I wanted to talk about them very briefly. But the ones I would recommend you watch is Boy Kills World. That one is a lot of fun. Take my word for it. I know I'm not known for my tastes because, again, this is coming from a guy that likes the McRib. But Boy Kills World is one that I highly recommend, as well as Lisa Frankenstein and Abigail. And of course, if you haven't seen Late Night with the Devil, watch Late Night with the Devil. But those three are the ones I feel that went under the radar for a lot of people, and I can recommend. And my favorite ones of 2024 are actually a tie between Terrifier 3. Again, I saw that movie twice in the theater. So and I can't wait to buy it on physical media so I can watch it again. Deadpool vs. Wolverine, again, another movie that I saw twice in the theater. Once by myself, and then later with some family members, because it was really good. And Godzilla X Kong, because I'm always a fan of Godzilla. Have been since I was a little Macabro watching the Godzilla films on TV. So any year that has a Godzilla movie on it is a highlight for me. So yes, those three movies are my favorite movies of 2024. Did you see any of these movies? Did you like them? Did you hate them? What are your favorite movies of 2024? Let us know in the comments down below. But until we see you all again next time, again, happy 2025. I hope it finds you with wealth, health, and much happiness. This has been Professor Macabro. That is Zombie Huesitos, and we wish you all, like always, a good evening.